broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Sunday Night Live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K&N Series is proud to be coming at you live from Watkins Glen, this 2.4-mile road track. Rick is going to be the site of excitement here this Sunday night.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I'm excited to be here. This is just across the lake from us, not too far away. And it looks like to be a good one here. 54 laps of racing here. The temperature's 78 degrees. A little cloudy. Light wind blowing 1 degree, so nothing crazy, man. And we're doing some stage racing here tonight.
Yeah, stage racing. Lap number 12 going to be the first caution scheduled. Lap 24, stage 2. And those should be the only cautions here, as local cautions are not on here. Or, excuse me, it's just local cautions that are on here. And Rick, we were talking about something kind of interesting here before we went live. We were talking about how many drivers here have an opportunity tonight. Why don't you go ahead and let everybody know about that?
Yeah, really. Right now we have a field of 19 cars that showed up here at Watkins Glen to battle it out. Now, of course, after including tonight, there's only 3 races left, Chris, where these guys get locked into the chase. We have, finished up here in Watkins Glen, then we got Dover, and then we got Daytona, and then the playoffs start. And out of those 19 cars, 14 of them are not yet locked in on a win. Now, some of those guys are locked in due to points, and they're going to be above that cutoff line. But to get locked in and not have to worry about it, 3 chances left, and 14 drivers have a chance to do it. But, man, right now they're going to have to try to catch Jamie Walker in the 88 TRJKarting.com Chevy, as he has been dominating here in practice, Chris.
Yeah, he is very fast, about a second faster than the next closest driver, which is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Derek Paulson, his teammate, right behind him. Then it's Travis McChesney and Aaron Bach over the top 5 quickest. But we've already kind of alluded to the points here. And Rick, you mentioned it already. We've got 6 drivers that are locked into the chase. Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilrow, of course, they've combined to win most of the races here this season. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, we just talked about those 2 drivers being second and third fastest here tonight. Dakota Todd and Jason Powell are the other 2 drivers that are locked in. And for the first time, it took 2 weeks, Rick, but Terry Foster no longer above that cutoff line. Terry Foster this week on vacation with his wife. And for some reason, he's watching us instead of spending time with his wife. Bad, Terry. Bad. No, good, Terry. Good. We've got about 5.5 minutes before the 10-minute qualifying session goes up. So, look, it's a road course, and truly anything can happen. It's going to come down to some pit strategies here, and it's going to come down to consistency, Rick.
Yeah, it really is. And I've been listening in on the drivers' race channels, Chris, and I'm hearing that it is kind of a handful out there. So it's going to get real interesting as the race goes on. Of course, the guys will spread out, and things will work out fine there. But we get to use a new exciting feature tonight. I'm excited to see that track map come into play a little bit. I mean, we could use it during the ovals, but that's just kind of redundant. But on a road course, I think it's going to come out really well.
Yeah, haven't shown anybody that one yet. We're going to wait for the green flag for that, but trust me, guys, you're going to love having that on the screen, kind of keep you apprised of where everybody is on the track and where they are as far as the action goes. Watching the 21 of Marquis Smith, and he is finding some speed here on this road course. Right now being scored 4th quickest here in practice, so he has jumped up quite a bit. This practice is definitely doing him some well. Derek Paulson finds the retaining wall as they get ready to go through the bus stop here after this nice long straightaway. Rick, not a lot of road courses in the NASCAR schedule do much for me, but this one's something special. I love Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it's number one, like I said, it's kind of close to us, so it's kind of a second home track for us. I guess you could say we're up here in Vermont in the Turn 3 studios, Chris, and of course we know Watkins Glen's over in New York, and NASCAR, you're right. I mean, there's some of the older road courses that I do miss, but as far as in the schedule now, yeah, Watkins Glen definitely, a top race, and it's actually on my bucket list to go and see. I know it's one of those racetracks where you sit in your section, you only see the cars, every few minutes as they go around, but that's still okay, I think.
Well, tonight we're going to have to be wary of a couple of things. First of all, the carousel. Right now we're watching the 41 as he gets up on that long straightaway, but the carousel, Rick, that long sweeping right-hand turn to set up for a straightaway, it can definitely reach out and bite you if you don't hit that thing just so. And the 41, we're kind of following him around track. He's almost to that carousel. In fact, right now, hitting the entry of that carousel. This is that long sweeping right-hand turn that I was talking about. This particular point in the track is where you can lose a lot of time, or you can pick some up and really try and gather up the guy in front of you. The other big section of this track to watch out for, turn 1, it'll come out and bite you if you're not careful. It's a big 90-degree corner, and you have got to whoa up off from this long front stretch, and it's pretty tough to do, Rick. And you'll see tonight, I'm sure, somebody missed turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one that usually gets me too, Chris. I mean, it's kind of weird here at Watkins Glen because you come out at the exit of turn 1 and when you get out of the pit, so doing a pit stop is fine, but getting back into that groove and keeping that corner in mind, because it is one of the most trickiest corners. Of course, the bus stop, we saw Dalton go through, that's going to slow these guys up a little bit. That can be an action-packed spot also, but we're in pretty good show here at Watkins Glen.
Terry out there giving insight like he would if he were here. And let's see, we've got what, a minute and 30 seconds left for practice. Still going to be that 10 minutes of qualifying time, but around this track, it's probably going to be about what, 6 laps, 7 laps if you get really lucky and don't come back down pit road.
Yeah, if you get really lucky, Chris, and you just go out there and do it, I mean, you can almost do about 9 laps if you hit everything perfect. Now, of course, a lot of guys are going to get off course or tap a wall somewhere down the line, maybe get into each other. I mean, this is definitely a track where I expect to see these drivers really spread out when they go out for their qualifying, and we'll see what's going to happen here in about, 50 seconds or so. But if I was out there as a driver, I would be letting people go, try to get a nice clean racetrack, hit my marks, do what I have to do, try to keep the off tracks and everything, because as we know in the sim, you get an off track or you tap a wall and you get a little bit of damage, I believe it's 2x or above, then that lap does not count for you. So you're going to go into the pits and have to start all over again. But it's going to get interesting to see how qualifying works here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And let's see, we've got other stories. We got somebody who changed, the one thing we always ask people never to do, he went ahead and did it anyway, Rick. And that is going to be the 00 of Brian McRae, no longer the 35. What do you got on that?
what I have on that new sponsorship in the the 00 camp now. New sponsor, new number, and I actually gave him a little bit of heck about that, Chris. I was like, listen, I don't care if you change paints, I don't care if you change your name, your sponsor, but keep your number. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I mean, it's very good idea and awesome for Brian McRae, for the Top Flight Computer racing team to have a new sponsor on there, and you kind of caught me off guard.
I'm sorry about that.
I have a lot of chats going on here. Gotta find where it was. My new sponsor is ZeroRacing.com. They're racing shoes, guys. They're about $109. A couple different colors out there. Something that Brian McRae is actually into with Cestra, and pretty exciting. If you guys are looking for some sim racing shoes, head on over to Zero. That's spelled with an X. XERO Racing.com, and pick yourself up a pair.
So Brian McRae in the 00 making his Grand Reed debut. And, well, I got to say, it's a good-looking car.
It is I love the colors. Light blue and white always go good together. The sponsor really pops out on the car.
Good stuff out there. Getting ready for lap 1 here of qualifying. All these guys just heading out for their warm-up lap, including the kid, the Hurricane, Ian Habiak. Got to watch out for him here tonight. He has certainly got something to prove. I believe his father is up in the booth talking to him tonight, so we'll see how that translates over for Ian. Ooh, look at that. See, and this is what we're talking about right there. He got offline, got into the wall. That lap not going to count. Now he's got to start all over again, Rick.
That's what makes it tough here.
Looks like Brian McRae leading the pack around this track. He's going to be the first one to qualify, heading through the bus stop right now. This little sharp right and then left hand and right back into a right hand turn. Lining up for the carousel is the 00, and he should be the first driver to the line for qualifying. We're going to make sure about that here in just a little bit. How about another guy that has something to prove here tonight? The 21, Marquis Smith. Man, has he been pouring it on since he's kind of found his groove again, Rick?
He has. I mean, Chris, it's kind of the, I want to call it the Cinderella story. I mean, you know, Marquis Smith came out, had kind of a rocky start to the season. It wasn't too bad, but as the season went along, it just kept getting worse, Chris. And he actually took a little bit of time off from racing to collect his head and thoughts, and came back, and he's been really pouring it on. Doing a heck of a job. You know, he came back, finished 5th in his first race back, got into a little bit of an issue where he ran out of fuel during trying to win one of the stages. I believe it was the first stage. You know, I went down, gave him a little pep talk, kept his spirits boosted. He came up and finished in the top 5, like I said. The next week he came in, he was on the podium. So good to see Marquis Smith out there. And, you know, we talked to him a little bit about here at Watkins Glen, and, you know, not really his favorite track, but he does well here. And he's definitely proving it right now.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of drivers who have qualified on top of the list right now. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, Travis McChesney, your top 3 quickest drivers here during qualifying. Marquis Smith just on the outside in 4th position. Aaron Backover is 6th quickest behind Rick Thompson. Brian McRae in the 00 is 7th quickest, then Corey Sherman and Joshua Rutherford. Those are the 9 drivers so far who have taken a qualifying time. There's a couple other drivers out there, though. Ty Morosco in his number 1. He is still working his warm-up lap here. And Jason Powell doing the same. Corey Rutherford out on track, just coming out of pits. Ooh, as you see Backover kind of missed turn 1, goes into the wall there. The Butcher still finding some good speed around this track. 1:11:45 his quick time.
I'm keeping my eye out right now, Chris, on the 88 to see if he goes out there and qualifies. I mean, I know he could definitely get the pole. Is this going to be another one where, I mean, I know these points don't really help during the playoffs, but to get that biggest mover award and do what he has to do, I don't know. Jamie Walker, I think he was the fastest in practice. That's definite. I mean, he was the only one that got below the 111. He was a 110. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do out there with the 88.
And Colin Kilrow out there now. He's doing his warm-up lap, going through the bus stop right now. Heading into the carousel is the 41. And the 88 is out on track. So Jamie Walker out there looking to qualify. It's one thing to start at the tail end of the field during a regular oval race, Rick, but to try and do that during a road course, boy, you can really set yourself back, and you open yourself up to some opportunities of failure by starting in the back and trying to work your way up. Not that these guys are going to drive bad, but you have more chances of a mistake in front of you. So it'd be wise to try and qualify here tonight. Some of these drivers have hit 4 laps here of qualifying so far. Among them, Jason Powell. Powell in the 18 running 5th quickest so far.
Powell, 1 win on the season so far, Chris. I mean, he's locked in. He doesn't have to worry. But his season's been kind of up and down, too. I mean, he had some really strong races, and then, of course, you know, they kind of fell off a little bit. But I expect to see some good things out of the 18 camp tonight.
Yeah, it just seems like Jason is kind of due. And of course, here we are again with Marquise Smith. Marquise trying to get it done. Marquise got himself a Turn 3 Racing Network shirt, and I think he may fall in love with the thing. Rick, I hope he's wearing it tonight.
I know I'm wearing my polo. And I got to use, because it was nice, rainy, cool, and damp this morning up here in Vermont, so I got to use my Turn 3 Racing Network sweatshirt also.
Well, Jamie Walker jumps up to the pole on his second lap. A little bit slower than he was here in practice, Rick. A 111.45. So beating out Taylor the Butcher Benjamin by 0.03 for the pole.
I kind of figured that would happen, Chris. I mean, if he went out there and did a qualifying lap, which of course he did, because like you said, I mean, I think it would be kind of fun to work your way up through traffic on here, but a road course, so many things could happen to where, you know, I think it was a smart move that Walker went out and actually did a qualifying lap, and you're absolutely right. I mean, very, very close to the Butcher. It's going to be an interesting race, especially with those top 3, because they are very, very close to each other in time. So I think that's just going to give us some good racing, good close racing there at the beginning.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just under 2 minutes left of qualifying. It looks like Walker may be happy with his situation. He is kind of just cruising around the track a little bit. The Butcher, Taylor Benjamin sitting in second spot. Derek Poulsen sitting in third. McChesney, Brian McRae, your top 5 fastest drivers here so far. And just as I say that, things change. Derek Poulsen bumped out by the 21 of Derek Poulsen, excuse me. Marquise Smith pushes him down to 4th quickest. So Marquise with a good qualifying time here with just about a minute left. So if you're not on track right now, you might as well not bother, because you're not going to get another lap in, Rick.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, pretty much done now. A couple of drivers have not gone out to do any kind of qualifying. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they do. Fred Thompson, Ian Habiak has not completed a lap. Brad Collins also. I mean, they are out there. And it looks like Ian Habiak just snuck by. He's going to be starting in 16th position. So far, we have Walker on the pole with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in 2nd. Marquis Smith in 3rd. Derek Paulson 4th, right out that top 5. It's going to be good to see too is the 85 Travis McChesney, and then you got Brian McRae in the 00, Jason Powell. You got Rick Thompson, Aaron Backover, Dalton Kilrow. Rounding out the top 10, Ty Morosco, Corey the Shermanator Sherman in 12th. So good times, and yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to be completing a lap.
Well, qualifying is officially over. I don't know if they're going to let the laps continue on if you were working it. We're going to find out right now as Brad Collins crosses the start finish line. It did count, so Brad Collins pushes up to 14th quickest. Ian Habiak still out there right now. Ian being scored 17th quickest. Let's see what he does across the start finish line. Moves up to 15th quickest. So the Hurricane starting to feel his groove come in. The Butcher out there in his top flight, number 10. Good looking car. Ooh, gets into the grass, hard into the wall. You got to be careful for that tonight.
Yeah, because that's right there. That's race ending, Chris. If that happened during the race, the 10, that would have been terrible.
Yep. All right, just waiting for the race server to kind of swap it on over. And I'm sure it will. Well, what do you say we go ahead and have our young man get us going, Ethan Habiak.
Driver stages.
And that is all I need to hear. We'll get the grid music up and running. Starting on the pole here tonight, it's going to be the 88 Jamie Walker in his TRJKarting.com Chevrolet. To his outside, it's Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Starting in third spot today, it's going to be the 21 of Marquis Smith, and Derek Paulson with his Top Flight Racing number 6 going to be starting in fourth. How about Travis McChesney with a nice top 5 start in his number 85, with Brian McRae starting to his outside in his 00. Jason Powell picks up 7th quickest here tonight in his number 18. Rick Thompson is going to start to his outside in his number 76 out of the Speed Mafia camp. TNA Motorsports Zone number 44. Aaron Backover going to start in 9th position, and starting in 10th tonight, it's going to be Lost Cause Racing number 41 of Dalton Kilrow.
The number 1 of Ty Morosco, S&M Motorsports. Chris is going to be starting the number 1 in 11th position on his, or next to him is going to be the 3 driver of TNA Motorsports, Corey the Shermanator Sherman in 12th. And then we have Nick Okie in the 9, going to be starting in 13th out of the 5-horse Motorsports camp. Brad Collins, the Speed Mafia, got the 22 to qualify in that 14th position. Ian Habiak of TNRJ Karting, his number 16 Toyota Camry, going to be starting in 15th position. Next to him, the 64 work in progress racing driver Joshua Rutherford. His brother Corey Rutherford of the 55 going to be starting in 17th position. And out of Canada, Chris, the number 13 David Bennett, going to be starting 18th. And rounding out the field is going to be the 46 Speed Mafia driver of Fred Thompson in 19th.
This is going to be a fun race. It should be pretty quick, as again, full course cautions are shut off for tonight. Local cautions only, except for during the stages. Again, stage 1 going to end on lap 12, stage 2 lap 24, and then we bring it home to lap number 54 for the evening. Want to thank everybody once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're getting ready to go live for the first time here tonight. We'll go ahead and bring up our track map. We'll see how it all happens. And you guys gotta love that thing. That is some cool stuff. Happy to have it out there. Harry, I don't know if you want to heat up the brakes this soon, bud. They think they're going to have plenty of heat here when they get ready to come through turn number 1 for the first time. Through the bus stop with the pace car. Tonight's safety car going to be the Porsche. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
This sharp left-hand turn right here can make or break a race as well. Rick, it seems like just about every corner here really, look, at one time or another, each one of them has gotten me. But I do love this track. And the pace car, well, it's getting ready to come down pit road. Getting set to go green for the first time. Oh, we got one into the fence already. As we get the green flag, Jamie Walker takes it to the right-hand side and through corner number 1. We had one driver hit the wall early on in this one. It may have been McChesney.
Actually, Rick Thompson, Chris, I was watching it.
Oh,
there.
Rick Thompson. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Thompson actually checked up a little bit. Kilroy got right underneath him there and sent Thompson into the wall. So the 76 got some battling to do as he's working around the 64 right now.
And hot on the heels of the 88, the 21 of Marquis Smith, holding on for everything he's got through the bus stop and into the carousel for the first time here tonight. Marquis Smith sits in second spot. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in third. A little gap back to Derek Paulson in fourth. And Jason Powell sitting in that fifth spot. Looking back at Marquis Smith from the rear bumper of Jamie Walker. You can see Marquis doing a good job staying right within striking distance through the carousel.
You know what, Chris? You might absolutely be right there, actually. The 85 McChesney not on track right now, so something must have happened to him. It didn't come up on my scoreboard as anything happening there. Of course, the first thing I saw there was Rick Thompson and Dalton Kilroy getting into it there a little bit, so that's kind of unfortunate there for Travis McChesney.
Hey, Ian Habiak having a little trouble. We go back and take a peek. As the 16 loops it around into the wall, but going to be okay, I think. Just has to get it righted. And he lost a lot of time on track, but up front, it's still a battle here for that first position. As the 88 and the 21 battling it out. Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith. Now Walker, again, has been the fastest driver out there all night long during practice and during qualifying. Your pole sitter last time by a 1:18.33. Not a bad way to start this race. We'll see what happens now that he's starting to get back into the groove here on lap number 2. We should see these times drop considerably. Yes, we do. 1:11.97 for Jamie Walker and a 1:11.75 for Marquis Smith. Second place a little quicker.
Marquis doing everything that he possibly can to get up to the back bumper of Walker there, Chris. And it's to see. I mean, Marquis got the groove back.
Third spot belongs to Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. As Benjamin takes that right and then left through the bus stop. He's being followed by his teammate, the 6 of Derek Paulson, and Jason Powell round out the top 5. Aaron Bockover of TNA Motorsports up 3 spots to 6th position already. So we can see on the track map, some of these drivers starting to stretch out just a little bit, but the mid pack, say from Derek Paulson all the way to Brad Collins, is one pretty good sized pack. Back up front, it is Jamie Walker and Marquis Smith still duking it out. A little blink from Jamie Walker. Kind of like last week, Rick, if you recall. A lot of blinking out of the 88.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It was getting tough. So, little word there on Travis McChesney, Chris. Actually, he wasn't the one that went to the wall. So, it was just Rick Thompson there getting into it with Dalton Kilroe. It looks like some mechanical issues for the McChesney camp there. Not able to get back in time to take the green flag. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the 88 taking the last right-hand corner before he gets back on the straightaway, and right in his back pocket, the 21 of Marquis Smith. Smith definitely came here to race today, wants a good finish out of this track. And again, Rick, we talked about it last week, and we'll talk about it again. Marquis Smith, since that little break that he took, has really come back and starting to get that confidence back. And the 21 is looking really good here these last couple of weeks so far.
Yeah, he really has, Chris. And, you know, we had a chance to talk with him quite a bit as he's making a pass, move to make a pass on Jamie Walker. Walker had one heck of a blink there, and Marquise did the right thing and gave him a little bit of room, but then said, okay, enough's enough. So right now, new race leader, Marquis Smith in the 21 machine.
Yeah, Smith is fast. In fact, he's been faster every single lap than Jamie Walker by just a little bit. And look at the gap he's starting to put on already. Some of that is the blinking from Jamie Walker. Some of it is just raw speed out of the 21.
I was going to be careful. That first caution not going to be coming out for the end of stage number 1 until lap 12. We're only on lap 5, so you got to keep an eye listening for, you know, any kind of fuel issues. You got to keep those tires halfway decent. Only 3 sets of tires, and I'm sure guys are definitely going to want to save something for the last stint of this race, Chris. That's going to be 30 laps. Tires are big here at Watkins Glen.
Working that big turn number 1. Getting ready to go uphill, a little transition in elevation here for this left-hand turn, then follows by the right, and then you got that nice straightaway, Rick, and this is the fastest part of the track. .147 miles an hour for a race leader in the 21, Marquis Smith. And you see how much he just woes right down. And then through the carousel, boy, do you have to slow it down for that. Down to 88 miles an hour, but accelerating hard off is the 21 down this little backstretch. And actually, this is not bad because he's getting some speed out of there. Boy, he came out of that carousel really nice.
I mean, Terry's out there like, don't jinx 21. We know the commentator cursed out there, but Terry, what are we supposed to do? He's leading the race right now.
Across the start-finish line at a little speed of about 140 miles an hour. And then they woe up again for turn number 1. Again, these brakes going to get a workout here tonight at Watkins Glen. And so far, so good. A great start here tonight. Ian Habia did have a little incident on track, but he was able to come back. David Bennett, Fred Thompson both had their issues. Tom Roscoe just had a little bit of an issue on track. Let's see if we can pick that out. Looking for the number 1. And around he goes right in front of the 41. And the 41 able to keep it going. The 3 of Sherman able to keep it going. Okie gets around, and so does Rutherford. So a big one there. Could have been a big one.
Could have been.
Don Kilroy was the closest to him, and he was able to get around. Here comes Nick Okie. Okie to the inside of Morosco, makes that pass happen.
And that copper paint job of Okie.
Oh man, that looks good. How about the 44 of Aaron Bockover, up 2 spots since the beginning of this race. Aaron Bockover is running in 7th spot.
I'm kind of bummed because all during practice my track map worked, but now it's not.
I've got it going on, Rick. I've got it going on.
You do. I'm using it, so keep it up there.
You see the 46 just ahead of your race leader on the track map. That's Fred Thompson. Fred is about a straightaway away from our race leader. I'm gonna have to watch for that to happen.
You know, one thing we got to do, Chris, we got to go into somebody's cockpit so they can see the level transition. I mean, I love the inclines on this track, and you know, a lot of these corners, some of them are kind of blind when you're coming into them.
Well, why don't we take the next lap with our race leader? As he crosses the start-finish line, we hop in. Hard on the brakes, getting set for turn 1. Takes the inside, and look at that steering wheel go, trying to hold on to her. She handling pretty good, it looks like, from the 21, that right-hand turn. Then you have that elevation change. You go uphill to the left, and listen to them tires squealing through there. Marquis Smith is definitely running the wheels off from this 21 car, trying to stay ahead of Jamie Walker, one of the fastest parts of the racetrack right now. Then he has to whoa it up in a big time whoa up for the bus stop. Those rumble strips, Rick, you can feel those through the steering wheel input, and it is not pleasant, but you know you're doing the right thing if you're hitting them.
That's the thing, Chris. I mean, it's not pleasant there, especially if you have a strong wheel here for sim racing. I mean, a lot of guys using Logitech Thrustmasters, you know, Fanatic, they're using, you know, direct drive. It's got to be crazy, but you're absolutely right. You want to hit those because then you know that your car's in the right position. And they sound cool when you go over them. I mean, that's one thing I like, you know. Every road course, I mean, you always taught me that. You're like, those are there for a reason. And I'm like, yeah, they sound cool. And they're like, no. But they do.
They do sound cool. That was one lap around the track with our race leader. Let's hop back into Jamie Walker, and we're going to watch what the race leader is doing. That's a little different maybe than Jamie Walker, as Walker getting right to the back bumper now of Marquis Smith. Walker may have found that speed, Rick, but now he's got to try and figure out a way around the 21. Being the faster car, not really an advantage here. You got to set it up right, and Marquis Smith is hitting this racetrack just the way he wants to. The slower car of the 46. Fred Thompson just ahead, so drivers are being a little careful right now. They go to the inside. Thompson gives them plenty of room to the outside. Fred doing a great job staying out of the way of your race leaders.
Now, of course, we see Jamie Walker really starting to catch up to the back bumper of Smith in the 21. But, Chris, we're already on lap 10, so at the end of lap 12, so the beginning of lap 13, stage 1 is going to end, so the pits are going to be closed. Now it's just go time. There's, you can't go in the pits. You're not getting tires. You're not getting fuel. You're going for it.
Oh, Jamie Walker looking down to the inside. Feels like he might have enough. He's going to have the inside lane heading into turn 1. Is he going to put it in there? Oh, man, he does. The 88 of Jamie Walker takes the lead back from Marquis Smith. Woo! And Marquis on the outside takes it right back, Rick. Getting ready to hit that straightaway.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna last long, Chris. Marquis. I mean, that's a good spot to obviously try to make your pass. You set it up on those long straightaways. You know, get all the speed that you can, and you want to try to get the inside because that is the axis of the corner. You want to get down there. And if you take that away, as we saw, Marquis Smith actually mowed the grass a little bit. But he held on to it, and he was able to get the lead back from Jamie Walker.
Corey Rutherford having a little bit of an issue. We go back and take a peek in on the 55, see what happened with him, as it looks like he's setting up for turn 1 and just sends it a little too hard. Just taps the wall. He's going to be okay, but certainly a moment there for Corey Rutherford. Back up front, it's still Marquis Smith and the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker once again to the inside of turn 1, and Walker this time taking advantage. A little fumble out of the 21, and that's going to allow Walker to take the line right away from Marquis Smith.
And now all he's going to do is keep that door closed, Chris, and get to the start-finish line, and that is going to be the end of stage number 1.
Jamie Walker getting set to go into the bus stop. We'll take a look at it from this angle. It's looking good. A great line through there. Sets up for the carousel. Again, weight down to the yellow line and holding steady. These two drivers are right in each other's way here, it seems, as they are running in each other's tire tracks here tonight. Marquis Smith tries to set up for the last right-hand turn. Does get to the back bumper, but it's not going to be enough. And Jamie Walker going to take stage number 1. Caution flies. The 88 stage 1 winner here from Watkins Glen. A great first stage, Rick, and we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. It went very quick, though, Chris, and man, so good to see the 21 out there, battling it out there with Jamie Walker. I mean, you got to feel good coming in second to Jamie Walker, because if you're that close to Jamie Walker and you're battling, you know, especially, you know, eating from him, he's a fast driver, and that's going to make you feel pretty good.
Well, stage 1 is done. Pit stops are going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just a moment here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will be right back.
often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Back live here for the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com K&N Series. Rick, we're getting very close to the end of the season. Just 2 more races after tonight, Dover and then Daytona. But before we get there, we've got to get through Watkins Glen. We're getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car lights are off. Pit stops have happened. Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Brian McRae, and Derek Paulson round out your top 5. Rick?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Usually you follow me right up with there, but that's okay. As we take that left-hand turn. 1 more turn to go before the pace car drops on to pit road.
Yeah, I got to do a lot of things as the second chair behind the scenes, you know, answering questions and messages.
Oh, yeah, all this stuff.
I mean, but what'd you do? You stopped at the top 5?
It's okay, because we're getting ready to go back green, and Jamie Walker hard on the loud pedal. Here we go. Green flag is out. Next stage caution going to be on lap number 24. That's just around the corner, Rick.
Yeah, it's going to go by quick, Chris. I mean, just think of how fast stage number 1 ended. I mean, it ended before 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and we actually started at 7, so about an hour. We'll see what happens here. Lap 24 going to take no time because we're already on lap 17.
Yes, we are. And Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, Brian McRae kicks up the 3rd spot. So McRae able to take over a spot from the Butcher. As everybody's starting to cycle through to the carousel.
one nice thing about the stages being so short like this, though, Chris, it really keeps everybody kind of, bunched up a little bit. And then towards the end, that cream rises to the top. They battle it out, and right now, still Jamie Walker leading the parade around Watkins Glen, with Marquis Smith in the 21 right on his tail. Brian McRae up another spot, sitting in third. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in fourth. Jason Powell having a fantastic night, up 2 positions now in his 18 machine in the top 5 now. Derek Paulson, Nick Okie, Corey the Shermanator Sherman, Dalton Kilbrough, and Ty Morosco rounding out that top 10. And then you got Aaron Bockover, Brad Collins, Ian Habiuk, Rick Thompson, Corey Rutherford rounding out top 15, David Bennett, and Fred Thompson 16th and 17th, and Joshua Rutherford showing down at least a lap. So the 64 having some trouble, and of course we know about the 85 Travis McChesney having some mechanical issues, not able to start here tonight, so that's unfortunate.
And Josh Rutherford 3 laps down. McChesney, unfortunately, not able to start this race. But we continue forward. Jamie Walker is the race leader. Marquis Smith in second spot, and Walker starting to gap out Marquis just a little bit here. We kind of saw this in the first run where Jamie Walker had a good run first few laps, and then Marquis was able just to be a little bit more consistent for a little longer and started catching him up. And Rick, we're starting to see it again. Last time by a 77 for Walker, a 78 for Smith. So very close lap times for those 2 drivers.
Yeah, very, very close. And Marquis not giving up, Chris. He is all over the back bumper there of the 88. Just waiting. I mean, if he's waiting for Jamie to make a mistake, I would just forget about that. You gotta make him make a mistake, and you gotta try to get that inside groove to go around. But going to be very interesting to stay right behind them. The 00, Brian McRae doing a heck of a job, up 3 positions here in the ZeroRacing.com 00. I almost said that. It's going to take a while for me to get 35 out of my head.
I know. It's so hard. Silly season happening already here at Blazing Pedals. Number changes and sponsorship changes, and we're going to see what happens later on. But right now it is the TRJKarting.com Chevrolet up front in his number 88, Jamie Walker. That last right-hand turn before heading on the front stretch here, as Walker crosses the start-finish line. And that time, Walker 0.2 of a second faster than Marquis Smith. So Smith may not be liking this set of tires as much as he liked the first set. Through the S turns and onto that long stretch right before the bus stop, the 88 and the 21. Behind them, the 00 all by himself. Then it's the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Jason Powell right there with him. As the middle of the field has stacked up. A lot of racing going on back here. Nick Okie, the big mover so far, up 5 positions. In his number 9, running in 8th position. Right behind Dalton Kilrow in the 41. Kilrow with a good race last week. Rick only came away with the race win. He kind of knocked the rust off from the checkered flag as far as he's concerned, but the 41, it had been a little while. Now, looks like he's getting race heat once again, but marred back in mid-traffic here, running in the 7th position. He is up 3 positions since the beginning of this race, but just hasn't quite found the speed that he needs to get to the front.
I mean, Dalton's doing a good job there in the Daddy-O's machine, Chris. And, this is kind of what we've been seeing throughout the middle half of the season here towards the tail end. He kind of hangs out back. It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do during the final stint of the race. And already, Chris, we're on lap 21, so that means in 2 laps, pit road's closing. And at the end of lap 24, so on lap 25, folks, caution, or stage caution number 2 coming out. Right now, Marquis Smith trying to do what he can. Brian McRae is not far behind those two, but man, Marquis is just staying right to that back bumper of the 88.
My gosh, I guess he is. He is glued to the back bumper of the 88. As once again, we'll hop into the cockpit of Marquis Smith just to kind of watch what the 88's doing in comparison to what the 21 is doing. And already I see a little bit of a difference there. He really cut turn one, trying to stay to the inside. Maybe have lost a little bit of time on track by keeping it down so low. Lost a little bit of momentum, Rick. And these road courses are all about momentum. You've got to hold that momentum whenever you can. So cutting a corner really tight like that, not always the best thing to do.
You're absolutely right, Chris. That's something that you taught me during our iRacing career. And I don't know, he's still hanging right to the back bumper there. Just got to try to find a way around Walker, but Marquis Smith doing a heck of a job here tonight.
This little straightaway right here, setting up for a very sharp left-hand turn, 200 yards out. And man, that happens quick in these cars. That has been a lap around the track inside of the 21 of Marquis Smith. So right there is what I was talking about, Rick. The 88, let it float up just a little bit. He's able to hold on to that momentum through the corner while Marquis Smith hugging that corner just a little bit more. And when you do that, you have to slow down just a little bit. So you're going to lose a little bit of track time. Now, what that means to me is Marquis Smith has plenty of other spots on track where he's quicker than the 88. So if he can kind of figure out turn one, he really should be able to pass the 88 or at least set him up for it.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Got to try to set up for it, Chris. And I'm sure that's on. I mean, Marquis wants to do good. I mean, coming home second, still the momentum's there. You know, top five, 2 second place in the last 3 races. I mean, got to be happy with that. But he definitely wants to get in front of Jamie Walker, try to win the stage here. But man, like I said, Walker not making many mistakes out there.
No, he's not. The mark of a true champion. We could be seeing the season to end all seasons here, as the 88 has had his way with the field throughout most of this season. Again, just 2 more races of the regular season to go. Next week we head to Dover, and then we end the regular season at Daytona. Then it is going to be the chase, Rick.
That's right. Get ready for the playoffs, Chris. First round going to be 16 drivers battling it out, trying to get through the next couple of races. Then we go to round 12, then a round of 8, and then a round of 4 to finish out the season, ending in November.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. We've got a long way to go, but not really if you think about it, because man, we have come a long way since way back in February.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, you know, we're actually talking about that during practice when we're sitting up here in the green room in the broadcast booth, and only 12 weeks left. I hope you got your Christmas shopping started.
Well, let's go back and take a look at Nico Kie, the biggest mover on the field so far. He's 5 positions up, running in 8th position in that 9 car. And man, he's looked good as we are under caution. Stage number 2, and it's going to go to Jamie Walker once again. Jamie Walker, your stage 2 winner. So a big congratulations goes out once again to Jamie Walker's crew, getting it done here. Both stage wins for the 88 team. So just one more section of this race to go. It's going to be to the end of the race, Rick, and we're going to step away for just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're under caution for what should be the last time here tonight from Watkins Glen, courtesy of the Blazing Pedals TRJKarting.com series, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
TRJKarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJKarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
Back live here from Watkins Glen, this time by Pace Car Lights should shut down as we get ready to go for what should be the last time here from Watkins Glen. Pit stops have happened, Pace Car Lights are off, and Rick, it's been a battle up front between these two drivers all night long.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this works out, Chris. We're going to be going green again here at the start finish, and then these guys are going to battle it out for just over 30 laps. And that's going to be the longest stage, so we're going to probably see, I mean, we haven't run into any kind of fuel issues or anything like that here tonight that I've seen, Chris. These guys able to get through the stages with no problem, so going to get real interesting to see how this long stretch goes. And if they had to pit, who's going to get in first and do the thing? Hopefully that's one thing on Marquis Smith's mind, and I'm sure it is. You got to go in when Jamie goes in. You don't want to go around.
Yeah, I cannot afford to give up any time on track. And we do see about 3 seconds of fall off on these tires. So if you stay out, boy, you're losing time. And yeah, you're right, Rick. You can't afford to not follow the leader here tonight at the very least. Now, ideally, Marquis Smith would like to be leading when it comes time for those pit stops.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, he's right there glued to the back bumper of Walker, Chris. So he's got to make the move, and he's going to protect those corners and really keep an eye out on the straightaways to keep the 88 behind him.
Brian McRae loses 1 spot on pit road to his teammate, the 10 of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, as he's going to restart in 4th, 5th spot, going to belong to Dalton Kilroe. So Kilroe starting to make moves here. Jason Powell going to restart in 6th spot. Aaron Bockover in 7th. Nico Kie 8th. Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco make up row number 5. Then it's Corey Sherman, Rick Thompson. So Thompson starting to rebound from that very early on lap 1 incident right into the wall before he even crossed the start finish line, Rick.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Getting ready to see the pace car leave. And here we go, out of the back bumper of the 88. We're back under the green flag here from Watkins Glen.
Look at the 88, Jamie Walker getting a heck of a restart there, Chris. And whoa, almost had some 3-wide racing.
Yeah, Dalton Kilroe was looking to be on the outside, looking in, but able to sneak around Brian McRae in the 00. So now up to 4th spot goes Dalton Kilroe. He's the biggest mover of the race so far. Nico Kie had a little trouble. Let's watch the 9. He gets into it with Powell and hard into the wall. He might be done for the night. Nico Kie has seen better moments as the 9 machine very slowly getting around this track still. Up front, it is Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith leading the way. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin being followed by Dalton Kilroe and Brian McRae, your top 5.
And you got the 44, Aaron Bockover sitting there in 6th. Chris, the 1-time Morosco up 4 positions into the 7th place. Derek Paulson down 4 in 8th in the 6th machine. Rick Thompson is sitting in 9th, right at the top 10. Corey, the Shermanator Sherman, got that 3-car up 2 positions, sitting in 10th. Then Jason Powell down there in 11th position. Ian Haviak has moved up 3 to position 12.
Oh, Rick, side by side racing for the race lead, and on a right-hand corner, the 21 takes advantage going up the hill. Marquis Smith is the race leader once again.
He set that up just perfectly, Chris, and that's exactly what he has to do. 25 laps left. Still a long race here at Watkins Glen. Marquis Smith making that move. He made it at the right time. Now he's just going to keep walking behind him.
Yeah, sometimes easier said than done, but looking back, Fred Thompson had a little bit of an issue. Fred Thompson in his number 46 heading into the corner. Oh, just gets off a little bit offline, and around he goes back live. He is back under speed, but up front still it is Marquis Smith, Jamie Walker, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Dalton Kilroe, your top 4. Brian McRae in the 00. That new ride, the ZeroRacing.com Sim Shoes 00 of Brian McRae, sits in the top 5 in 5th. Oh, Marquis Smith has a little trouble with 1, and the 88 of Jamie Walker able to get right back around him. So these 2 drivers not done. They're having a good time tonight.
That they are, Chris. I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about. It's hard to keep somebody behind you because then you start driving out of your rearview mirror too.
Oh, yeah.
That's not good on a road course.
How about this? Jason Powell, last time by, scored the quickest lap time of anybody on track. Rick, a 1:11.65. That was faster than Jamie Walker's fast lap tonight.
Yes, it was. Powell sitting back there in the 18th and 11th position. He's got some work to do, Chris, but he's found the speed.
Jason Powell looks to find a little bit more speed as right now Mard back into the 11th position. He's following right behind Corey Sherman. Powell started 4 positions ahead of where he sits now. But up front, it is Jamie Walker and Marquis Smith. These guys have been having a great night as the 41. Oh, he looked to the inside, didn't quite have the line on the Butcher, stays back in line. The 41 was looking for third, couldn't quite get there.
Well, he's got 23 laps to try to figure it out, Chris, but right now the Butcher in that Top Flight Racing number 10 looking mighty fine out there.
Yeah,
Well, like I said earlier,
he's flying around the track, Rick.
He is flying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I had to sneak that one in there.
Do it. I know, dad joke.
When does a bad joke become a dad joke? When it's apparent.
Boom, boom.
Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, nose to tail. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Dalton Kilroe in 4th. Ryan McRae. And that's ZeroRacing.com. Sim Shoes 00 running in the 5th spot. Brian McRae having a good night here tonight, Rick. And, you know, he's one of those quiet drivers who just kind of finishes well. And right now, a good top 5 finish would be pretty strong for him.
Yeah, kind of an up and down season, Chris, you know, and that's something that I'm a firm believer in. When you make a little change to your paint scheme, you find a new sponsor to run, you know, that's when the luck seems to change, and it's definitely working out there for Brian McRae in the 00.
Well, we were just talking about Jason Powell finding some speed. He found enough speed to get around Corey Sherman. So Powell now back into the top 10, pushing Sherman outside of that top 10. They're being followed by, it looks like the 16 of Ian Habiak. Habiak very quiet here tonight. He is up 3 positions after having a little bit of a problem earlier on in the race, but Ian Habiak has since recovered. Now looking to try and get inside of the top 10. Got 2 drivers in front of him that would do the trick.
Absolutely right, Chris. Now we have somebody sitting somewhere that we haven't really had to deal with for the last, well, quite a few weeks here, as the racing has been fantastic here at the Blazing Pedals TRJ Karting K9 Series. Well, we got Nick Okie down in the infield care center. Oh, his repairs are done, so I don't know if we want to bring him in because it looks like he's going to go back out on track. Maybe. Let's bring him up anyway. What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck? It's only a road course. You don't need to concentrate.
That's right. Nick Okie, you got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, hard hit there on the 9.5 horse motorsports machine. You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's just 5 minutes of repair. Coming up through the messes there side by side with Jason there, and I apologize to him. I'm sure I didn't leave him enough room, if not pinch him off. So I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's the fun on road course. I mean, you know, very, very few spots to do some side-by-side racing, and it's just a racing incident. And I think a little bit of net code might have come in play because your cars were kind of interlocked into each other. But you know, you're both good drivers, and that was good on you for apologizing. I see you're heading back out there, bud. So I want to wish you luck.
All right, thanks, guys.
Nick Okie, driver of the number 9, fires it back up and starts rolling back out onto track. Just ahead of your race leaders, in fact, as Jamie Walker and Marquis Smith head into turn 1. So Okie, unfortunately for him, going to turn it into a long night here. Jamie Walker, Marquis Smith, your top 2 in that really hasn't changed all night long. Marquis started this race in 3rd spot, but by the time they got into turn 1, he had already taken over 2nd. He's led several laps here tonight and looking to lead some more, but the gap between Jamie Walker and himself starting to stretch out just a little bit.
That really is, Chris, almost a second in between those two drivers there, but still lots of racing left here. 20 laps left to go.
Yeah, and we still have another pit stop to go, Rick, and that could be a very big deciding factor. Anything can happen on pit road. You can miss your pit stop. Oh boy, there's all kinds of things. Not to jinx anybody, but it can definitely happen. How about Ty Morosco? Morosco having a great night here tonight. He's up 5 spots as you see the 9 car. He's held up here in turn 1, stopped on track. So the luck continuing for Nick Okie. Let's go back and take a peek and see what happened to him. He was just in front of the race leader and cuts it way wide.
Yeah, I think
he was just he's just getting out of the way and then waiting for an opportunity to get back on track without getting into anybody's way. A great move from the number 9. A lot of respect there as the race lead is really starting to stretch now, Rick. Jamie Walker, a 1.6 second lead over Marquis Smith, and the 88 running on a rail.
I've been watching Jamie Walker go around, Chris, and he's hitting his marks very well. It's the same lap after lap, very consistent. It's showing, and Marquis is doing this, pretty much the same there. He's had a couple of little mess ups, but nothing too serious though. But he's just 18 laps left to go. You got to get to the back bumper of that 88, but we'll see what happens because now it's over 2.5 seconds. Oh boy.
We've got a big mess going on now. Derek Paulson having a little issue. Derek Paulson in the 6. That Dr. Squatch machine right in front of Thompson. And that dreaded turn. Oh, and Bockover comes and gets into him. Big time damage to the left front of the 44 machine. Aaron Bockover torn up. As we go back live. And Derek Paulson wasn't looking for that, but man, neither was the 44 as Ian Habiak able to get around him. The 44 of Bockover obviously very hurt right now. As Nick Okie also able to get around him. Okie several laps down, but the 44 in trouble as he is back to 12th position now, Rick.
That's right, Terry. I know you're out there still watching and you're probably saying some bad words right now, but listen, you got to enjoy it, but you got to come back because your race team needs you to buff that out.
Ty Morosco also having a bit of an issue in his 1 car as he is taking the right-hand turn onto the front stretch. Morosco just sends it around and into hard hit into the water barrels. Big time damage as he's gonna say, nope, guys. Oh man, he can't even turn it onto pit road. The 1 car damaged heavily. Oh, the left rear tire not even making contact with the racetrack. His night is gonna be done. Bockover has hit pit road along with Ty Morosco. And those 2 drivers may, they're getting work done. We'll see if they come back out. That puts the top 13 drivers on the lead lap. Marquis Smith says, I'm not waiting for you, Jamie. Marquis Smith and Don Kilroe coming down pit road. Jamie Walker stays out. That could be trouble for your race leader.
Yep, that's going to be tough. What a smart move by Smith and Kilroe, though.
So right now, Jamie Walker has a 7.1 second lead over second place runner. The 10 out of Top Flight Computers. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in second spot. Behind him, it is Brian McRae in that 00, looking sharp out there in that new paint job. Rick Thompson all the way up to 4th. As Marquis Smith and Dalton Kilrow able to get back out on track, Rick, and they didn't even get out of the top 10. So big time trouble for your race leader of Jamie Walker. Will he come down pit road this time? He does. A hard right-hand turn onto pit road. Now we watch to see what the Butcher's going to be up to. The Butcher says, nope, I'm staying out.
Stay out, lead that lap. Already locked into the chase. Chris doesn't have to worry about the playoffs at all. This is going to get real interesting real quick.
Oh, it already is. Look at this. Our top 3 drivers, the Butcher, Brian McRae, and Jason Powell. Remember, at one point, Powell was running quicker lap times than our race leaders were. How about Ian Habiak all the way up to 4th position? The 16 stays out on track. Nico Kie behind him. He's several laps down. But Marquis Smith already to 5th spot. He is ahead of Jamie Walker. A big time move out of pit road. And Marquis Smith, when all the pit stops happen, should be your new race leader. He's got 4 other drivers ahead of him that have not come down pit road. But when they do, Marquis Smith should be your point or your race leader.
I mean, Jamie Walker had a really good pit stop, Chris, able to get back out there. And he's not far behind Marquis, but Marquis has a little bit of a gap there. So going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it's almost 2 seconds the gap back to the 88 right now. And oh boy, right by Marquis Smith, we had one go off track. It looks like, well, it didn't tell me who that was. I believe it was Thompson. It was Fred Thompson.
That was.
The Butcher comes down pit road along with Jason Powell. That puts Brian McRae in his 00 up for the race lead. In 2nd spot, it's Marquis Smith, then Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilrow. So Kilrow getting a good nudge out of that last pit stop. Oh, how things are changing.
We only got 14 laps left to go.
Bockover had a little excitement there, Rick, as he was showing an off track. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, big time hit. Oh, the 44 has definitely got some damage going on once again. And once again, coming down pit road is the 44. Oh, boy. How about this? Your race leader surrenders it. He's coming down pit road. That should give it over to the 21 of Marquis Smith. 1.9 seconds behind him, it's the 88 of Jamie Walker. There's a buffer car in between. Oh, no, there isn't. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something totally different.
I was going to say, what am I missing here?
You know, Jamie Walker, a little bit faster last lap than Marquis Smith, but we're talking hundredths of a second. Of course, those hundredths of a second over time do matter. Nico Kie just ahead of your race leader, the 21, and it's happening at an inopportune time here in the bus stop, blowing up the 21 just a little bit through the carousel. Okie out of the way for the 88. That drops the lead down to 1.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds, excuse me.
0.8, yep.
It's going to be 12 laps to go this time by. So it's going to be stage 1 all over again, Rick, as we get ready to cross the start-finish line. Heading into turn 1, Nico Kie again gets out of the way, this time for Dalton Kilrow. So your top 3 drivers all working the same stretch. How about Dalton Kilrow up 7 spots right now, your biggest mover on track?
And that's something that I kind of expected to see out of Dalton, Chris. I mean, I know we were a little worried earlier in the race, but in the true Kilrow fashion, he's doing his thing.
I really love having this track map up, able to help us kind of keep an eye on what's going on the track. I want to thank Al Smith Jr. out of Turn 3 Racing Network for all the work that he has done in the background, getting our overlays up and running the way we want them to be.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, the overlay itself already awesome, but Al came in and said, I know nothing about this, guys, but I want to figure it out. So he started playing around with it, and man, has he done an excellent job.
Speaking of doing an excellent job, the 88 right to the back bumper now of Marquis Smith, and Smith has got to be saying, you're kidding me. 0.25 at the line. These two cars have been battling all night long, Rick, and the 88 has been slightly faster throughout a good portion of this race. Marquis Smith just has to hit his line every time now. Can't afford to lose any momentum on the track, as he knows the 88 is right behind him.
Absolutely right, Chris. Now, while we keep an eye on that, we have another driver in the infield care center, the one of Ty Morosco. I'm going to bring him up here real quick. Ty Morosco, you got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you guys.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, running 6th and got loose out of the corner and came in, spun it out of the last turn and hit the barrels. Pretty big damage to the car. Very unfortunate. I was running pretty good for myself and was looking for a good finish, and so we drove out of the corner and spun around and hit the barrels.
Yeah, that's a tough thing, man, and we watched that back on a replay, and I'm thankful that this is just a sim, and hopefully you let go of your wheel when you hit that, because that was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, I was trying to correct it out. I probably should have just kept it straight and went straight into pit road and took the penalty maybe rather than this, but I tried to correct it. Hopefully it would come out. It never came out in time, so by that time it was too late and smoked the barrels, and it sucks because we just had a good run going and had a good run down the stretch, and this is probably the first race I haven't been in here in a while, which is good.
It is good. Ever since you changed your paint scheme, man, things have been working out for you. And listen, you got 2 more races after tonight to do your thing and get locked in, man. So I wish you luck out there.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Good luck, bud.
Driver of the number 1, Ty Morosco, hard hit to those water barrels. We saw it, and it was a nasty hit. While they were talking, we saw the 88 get ahead of the 21 heading into turn 1. A nifty move out of Marquis Smith to get that lead right back, kind of pinch the 88 down. We'll see if he keeps that one in the memory bank, as right now they're going around Fred Thompson in that Speed Mafia's number 41. Oh, excuse me, 46.
46, yeah. And it's funny that you said that, Chris, because I've been keeping my eye on the 88 and the 21 here, even when we were talking with Ty. And I saw that move and I was like, oh boy, here we go. But then Marquis Smith's like, no, man, this is my race tonight. He's doing everything that he possibly can to try to keep Walker behind him, but Walker not letting go of that back bumper at all. 9 laps left to go.
This has been by far one of the best on and offs for the race lead throughout the entire race. These guys have been battling. They've been running in each other's tire prints the entire night. And don't look too far behind, because here comes the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow just now entering the bus stop, so he's got a little ways to go, but he is slowly catching.
I mean, Marquis Smith, Chris, if I was him, I would be very happy. I mean, he is racing hard with the biggest winner so far this season. Jamie Walker having, what, 10 races, I believe, won so far?
10 or 11, I don't even know
11,
anymore.
Yeah, 10, 11. And got to be pretty proud. I mean, came in, season didn't start well at all. It kept getting worse, took some time off, got his head mentally right, came back and said, guys, I'm going to do this. And, sim racing, a lot of people sit there and they go, oh, this is just a video game. I don't know why you guys take it seriously. Listen, this is just like guys racing on their local track week in and week out, man. Everybody else wants to come out here, do a good job, and win.
Well, here comes the 88 going side by side with the 21. Can't hold on to it. And the 21 has the line going down the stretch. What a move from the 21. Rick, you think he might want to win this one?
Oh, he definitely wants to win it, man.
Riding just a slightly different line to try and keep the 88 out of the draft. And yes, the 44 is back out on track, Terry. But suffering a little bit is Aaron Bockover, running in 14th spot right now. I do want to give a big shout out here to the 76 of Rick Thompson. Thompson right now being scored in the 6th position. Rick Thompson, before he crossed the start finish line to get under the green flag for the first time here tonight, hit the wall. And he has battled back all night long. He is now running in that 6th spot, up 2 positions from where he started.
Get back on the lead, buddy.
Back on the lead. It is Jamie Walker. Walker with a good run. Can the 21 hold it? He's got the line. No. The 88 taking it away. Oh, the 88 goes a little wide and holds on to that race lead through turn 1.
That's some amazing moves there by both those drivers, Chris. I mean, I can't take my eyes off them. I know we have other drivers out here on track, but right now this is where the battle is. And man, Jamie Walker made some really aggressive line changes to get to where he is, to get in front of Marquise Smith. Holy cow.
Marquis Smith letting it all hang out as he cut that corner a little sharp. 21 may have wound himself up just a little bit. I bet you he had an moment there. And he held on to it, but now just trying to stay behind the 88, try and keep that draft, and you see it. He's coming, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe.
Danio's machine just kind of lurking there in the shadows, Chris, trying to find a way to make a move, but it's a big gap in between him and Marquis Smith, and we only got 6 laps left to go as these guys hit the line.
I'll tell you what, even if he doesn't win tonight, Marquis Smith has been impressive. He's definitely been leading the race some, and he has been battling it out with Jamie Walker all night long, and now it looks like Walker may be putting the gap on. 1.15 seconds over Marquis Smith right now, and Marquis may have burned those tires up trying to keep Jamie Walker behind him. Still 6 laps to go, make it 5.5 as we're getting ready to go through the bus stop here. And here comes the 41. He is slowly catching these drivers, Rick. Can the 41 be involved in this one towards the end of this race? Still 6 laps to go, make it, like I said, 5.5. Heck, even less than that. As Jamie Walker takes that last left-hand turn, sets up for the right-hander that'll put him on the front stretch.
You know, but if these guys were all in the same channel, Chris, and I was Dalton Kilroe, I would start playing the Jaws music. That's what I'd be doing. Just to mess with the guy. You got to get in their head a little bit, you know? Ooh, Morosco and Collins.
Ty Morosco came back out on track, heavily damaged. And it looks like he was trying to let everybody by, which he did. Oh, Collins goes around, and Morosco just had no place to go. A tough night turns even tougher for the one machine. Big time gap now between your race leader and second spot, Marquis Smith. And Dalton Kilroe still closing in. Four and a half laps to go here from the Watkins Glen. You're watching the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com K&N Series live right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tune in every Sunday night to watch these cars go. Oh, Rick, you know when it's bad, and poor Ty. He's trying. He is trying. Just can't even make the turn for the bus stop. Goes right through the cone, woes it up. And Ty Morosco may be calling it a night.
There's a lot of damage on that MF Racing Designs #1, Chris, and I think he's just the car's not turning the way that he wants it to. I'm looking at that right front tire. It doesn't look normal.
No, it does not look normal.
I mean, I never try to modify it or anything on this track here, but going through the corner, it doesn't even touch the track at all. He's giving it the old college try right now, though. You got to give it to him.
Terry wants to crank it up. Unfortunately, Terry, I don't have a cam pack that's good for a crank it up here tonight because it's a road course.
And we don't crank it up here on Turn 3 Racing Network anyway. You should know that, man.
Yeah.
It's turn it up. Come on, Terry.
We turn it up here.
Now you have to give your wife, you got to give her the foot massage on both feet.
Marquis Smith losing ground every lap in place, and he's got a lap and a half to do it, Rick, as they're entering the carousel right now.
I mean, like I said, I mean, the Josby is just playing doo-doo, doo-doo. It's getting faster now because Dalton Carroll all over the back bumper of Marquis Smith.
Left-hander. Corey Rutherford having a little bit of an issue in his number 55. Let's go back and take a peek. Oh, just gets on the pedal a little too hard, and around he goes. Fred Thompson also having problems.
Ooh.
But we are white flag on the field. The 88 looking good to win this one. Marquis Smith sits in second spot. Dalton Kilroy right behind. Who is going to take second? Jamie Walker, almost a 4-second lead as he goes through the bus stop.
Really, the race right now, Chris, is for second position. Right now, Marquis holding it on strong, but Dalton Kilroy peeking every chance that he gets to try to find a way around Marquis. But Smith doing a heck of a job keeping the Daddy-O's machine right behind him.
Jamie Walker getting ready to take the left-hander for the last time here tonight. One more corner for our 88 driver, Jamie Walker, to the right-hander. Now on to the front stretch, checkered flag in the air, and the 88 is going to win this one. Second spot still being contended for Marquis Smith. The Daddy-O's 41, Marquis Smith takes it at the line. Holy goodness, is that close?
That was very close.
Wow, what a finish for second. Jamie Walker ends up walking away with this one. But second place, Marquis Smith comes on the line, a 1:14.89. Excuse me. No, let's not do that. That's math. How about this, Rick? 0.03 seconds at the line for Marquis Smith and Dalton Kilroy. Kilroy with third spot.
Yeah, it was an outstanding battle, Chris. I mean, that's great. That's close.
We're going to step away for just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you once again for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You've watched the Blazing Pedals, TRJKarting.com. We're going to set up the post-race interviews. We will be right back. Welcome back once again here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. You just watched one heck of a race, one heck of a finish. And speaking of finish, let's get the third place finisher in and talk to him. It's the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Dalton, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
0.03 seconds, Dalton, at the line. What a race you had.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get P3 out of tonight. I made a lot of mistakes in that first little stage there and was being sorry, I had Sam annoying me in chat. Just made a lot of mistakes that shouldn't happen. Cost me some points, and just trying to recover from there. Trying to not make any mistakes, and I was in Marquise's ear trying to tell him to just keep it calm, and he did a good job. You know, I wasn't gonna try to do anything stupid, but I wanted to make it at least interesting coming to the line.
Very interesting indeed. +7 on the night tonight. You were the biggest mover of the night to take that third spot. Who made it all possible? Who do you got to thank?
I gotta thank Daddy O's Barbershop, Top Flight PC, trjkarting.com, Dr. Squatch Soap, Zero Shoes, you guys for the broadcast, Pride Outdoor Network, they're awesome. Mark and Sam sitting up there in the admin booth and making the setup, because this setup was nice. It felt really good. Really stable in the long run. They always do a good job with that. Yeah, that about does it for me.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again on a third place finish. Next week, Dover, we will see you there.
10-4, thank you.
That was our third place finisher tonight, Dalton Kilroe in the 41. Rick, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher out of Skittles Victory Lane.
Yes, I most certainly did. Driver the number 21 machine, Marquis Smith. You got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow, brother. Holy cow. What a race for you tonight. Run us down through it. You got to be happy.
Oh, yeah. I'm stoked on it. I've never really been that consistent on a road course. You know, I was kind of surprised. I figured everyone was trying to just save some tire to try to charge at the end, but I was just having too much fun trying to keep up with Jamie. Leading laps for once was pretty fun, too. I just got kind of unlucky with some lap traffic. You know, just catching people in bad spots like I typically do. So I felt like I might have had a little more for him, but Jamie's just so fast on old tires, it's hard to catch.
Well, I mean, you got to give yourself credit, though, because, you know, multiple times you and Walker battled it out for most of the race, and it was just outstanding. And like you said, I mean, you know, I can see the confidence level is back. So don't, you know, yeah, okay, it's a road course. You're going to get into lap traffic. That's how it, you know, that's how it works out. But, man, you did a heck of a job. I'm so proud of you and happy for you for coming in second. Who do you got to thank on that number 21?
Michael Falk Designs, painted the car, Performance Racing Machine, just everyone on here is just great, and I'm really happy everyone decided to be on the car. And my buddy's business again, Garrison Concepts LLC.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Hey, listen, congratulations once again. Keep that momentum going. I mean, I know you're not running for a championship, but let me tell you, it's working out for you, buddy. And I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, man. I'm stoked too. Thank you.
You're welcome. And what are you wearing for a shirt? I just got to ask.
Oh, I'm wearing this super nice Turn 3 racing shirt.
That's right. I knew. See, it's good luck. So that's your new Sunday night. You already got the paint. The paint scheme's working for you, brother. Now you got the shirt, and it's working even hard. You drove hard tonight. I'm sure you're ready for a break, man. So congratulations coming home second. And I think soon we're going to see you in the number 1 position.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And that was the driver of the number 21, finishing in second spot tonight, up 1 position from his starting spot, Marquis Smith. And bringing home the race lead, it is none other than the 88 of Jamie Walker, getting it done one more time. Jamie, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. Go ahead.
Well, buddy, here we are, Skittles Victory Lane, and the 88, the first one to get there. You had your hands full tonight a couple of times, though. That 21 was all up in your business.
Well, I tell you what, he was real strong on the short runs, but this thing was dialed in on the long runs. If I wouldn't have taken tires on that last run, I think I could have outrun him still. But I don't know. This thing was awesome. I had just a blast.
You can hear it in your voice. And how are the arms feeling here? Because, you know, it's been a while since you guys have had to turn right.
You know, the arms are fine. It's more or less my brake, my knee for using that brake pedal so hard going into down there into turn 1 trying to outbrake Marquise there.
Oh man, it was a great time to watch. It was just a good race, and it was a lot of fun watching. Who do you got on the 88, Jamie, that you need to thank tonight?
Of course, a big shout out to Skittles. Everybody knows her. Everybody loves her. You know, she's watching down on us. TRJ Karting, can't thank them guys enough. Blazing Pedals for putting this league on. The Outdoor Network, and of course, you guys up in the booth. Man, I can't thank you guys enough.
All right, brother. Well, next week it's Dover and then Daytona to wrap up the regular season. How you feeling about those two races?
I think I'm going to just sit back, relax, just kind of mind my own P's and Q's like I normally do, and I'll start working on the playoffs, getting ready for those, right?
There you go. That's what's coming up next. Jamie Walker, your race winner here tonight, driving the TRJkarting.com Chevrolet 88. Jamie, once again, congratulations to you, and thank you all for coming on out to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We look forward to doing this with you one more time next week here on YouTube. Can't thank everybody enough, including Pride Network. Again, having a little bit of an issue connecting with them this evening. Hopefully, we'll get that worked out so we can be back on Pride next week. And Rick, what a heck of a race, bud.
Yeah, it was a great race. Now, I mean, obviously, we got to get through Dover. Dover's going to be tough, Chris. And then, then we got Daytona, and I'm happy about that one. But then, I gotta get us geared up for the playoffs, man, because it's coming so quick.
It is coming quick. And the other thing, too, guys, remember, Daytona is kind of a crapshoot. You don't have to have won yet in order to win at Daytona. So we may not be done looking at first-time winners here this season between Dover and Daytona. We look forward to doing it with you here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We will see you again next week.